The views and opinions expressed in this channel are those of the host and do not necessarily reflect the views of our guests. The views and the opinions of the guest do not represent nor reflect the views and opinions of the Lockoutmen channel, nor its host. Our guests' opinions are their own. This channel is for educational, entertainment, and informational purposes only, and utilizes fair use materials in accordance with applicable laws.
Didn't like the fact that I was doing well with Uber. So you came around with your smear campaign, talking about I'm doing this and your accusations, and it was just between the writers and the actual Uber. Uber was doing the same thing. Then, when I started posting my videos and my nice scenery at this apartment, oh, now you're really jealous. Oh, she living in a nice goddamn place. Oh, now you're doing everything to get me out the damn place. And now you're successful with it. I'm being evicted. So, I'm dealing with a bunch of haters, a bunch of people that went around and purposely and deliberately caused these stages of this shit that happened to me. And all simply because they were jealous. They were doing it here on my own damn YouTube. There were two individuals here that deliberately led a smear campaign on here. The very first one was the lockout man. The other one was that girl, that Gianna. Them two, for the entire time that I've been here, she was new. But lockout man, I found out about him when I was in trucking. He latched on to me when I was in trucking. First, his videos was good and all this and this. He tried to hook up with me. I didn't want to do no whatever.
You know what? I came across you. Somebody brought you to me. Let's talk about it. So, imagine somebody blaming you for their bad decisions, failed opportunities, and even their own eviction. And they using your name as the reason that their life has fell apart. So as you guys know, on the weekend, I become a gig worker. I do Walmart Spark. And Walmart Spark, I tell you, when I tell you that you can make some money off of Walmart Spark, believe me when I tell you that you can make money off of Walmart Spark. Now, so far, this situation right here, I have given ample opportunities, ample advices all across YouTube to this one particular YouTuber, struggle YouTuber. But they never just didn't want none of the advice, and they want to just do victim shaming. So let me go ahead and get this shopping out the way.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
I'm watching YouTube and everything, and our favorite struggle buddy decides to, again, put my name in her mess. So give me a minute and we'll start this episode off with not just that, me responding. It's not about me responding. No, it's not. It's really, I want to touch on how mental health issues affect people in different types of ways. Now, I struggle with mental health myself. I do go through bouts of depression, but mental health as a whole, it deals with a broad spectrum of problems. Bipolar, ADHD, autism. Mental health needs to be talked about, and it's just don't be spoken upon enough. So in this episode, we're gonna touch on that.
At BetterHelp, we've made starting therapy easy. When you sign up, we'll ask you some questions about yourself and what you're looking for in therapy. We use this information to match you to a licensed therapist. Your therapist will then introduce themselves and ask you some questions to get to know you better. When you're ready, you can navigate over to the scheduling tool to book your first live session. You can choose live chat, phone, or video call. Get started on your therapy journey today with BetterHelp.
Drivers, our story begins with former truck driver and former Uber driver, dirty trucking out of Michigan and out of her mind. A woman that goes on YouTube claiming trucking, Uber, banks, agencies, her apartment building, and even content creators like myself, Mr. Lockout Men right here, and Gianna. We're all some part of a game that is designed to ruin her life. She says it all started with her old job 21 years ago at Warren Truck Plant, and how that carried over into her career and continues to carry over now with her housing, her benefits, and even her former rideshare gig. She calls it the Warren Truck Plant Games. She believes that people deliberately caused her car accident, sabotaged her housing, and even manipulated her income just to see her fail. Driver, she ties all this back to jealousy. She says people just can't handle her success at Uber, her apartment, or even her personal life. She even names me, Lockout Men, and Gianna, accusing us of running some sort of smear campaign that led to her eviction and all of her struggles. That's the story as she tells it. Now, before we get into my thoughts and all of this, right? I came across Dirty Trucking way back in the day when she was doing the trucking thing. Half of her content at that time was pretty interesting. And somebody suggested that I look into it, which I did. And at that time, I come to find out that me and this particular lady had some things in common. She lives in Michigan, which is nothing but 2 hours away from me. She's about the same age as me, as I'm a year older. We're both born in the same months. We're both Leos. We both frequent the casinos, even though now she got barred from it, but I still go out to MGM every other month. She worked at US Express at the same time as I worked at US Express. You see where I'm going with this? All of this coincidences is crazy. And I never met this lady in real life. Even when I tried to meet her when she was doing the Uber thing. Same thing with Uber. I did Uber. She done did Uber, even though Uber kicked her off the platform because of the accident, and we'll talk more about that later. So drivers, here's the hard truth about the whole situation. I'm about to tell you right now, nobody, especially me, is jealous of an out of work, getting evicted, no money having Black woman with mental issues. That's not just hate, okay? That's just plain reality right there. I'm going to say this while I'm holding your hand. You had every opportunity in the world to make your situation better. It's a shame that all you want to do is sit here and play these dumb games. I gave you more advice than anybody on this platform to show you a way to how to maximize your profits with not just Uber. See, you chose that. See, this is the choices that you make, and this is the consequences that you have to face. I gave you opportunity with Walmart Spark. I gave you opportunity with Uber Eats. I told you about opportunities with DoorDash. I told you about opportunities with Ship It. I told you about opportunities with Amazon Flex. I told you a whole heap of opportunities, and yet you're sitting here putting my name in your mouth, telling people that I am the cause of your situation that you're in. That right there is not only defamation, right? I really can come after you for that, but why should I? You're broke. There's nothing to gain out of that. But just to sit here and watch you fall tremendously from where you was at one point to now this struggling former driver that refused to get back into trucking, even though you still have your CDL, and blaming Uber for an accident that you was involved in. Lockout Men has nothing to do with your mental illness, your bad choices, or even your eviction that you're facing right now. See, let me just tell you what it is, right? You didn't pay your rent, lady. You lost your job. You lost the Uber job, which was recently, and you lost the Warren truck plant job that you really need to get over. It really was 21 years ago, right? You burned through all your money. You said it yourself that you gambled it all away. That's not on me. That's not on trucking or anybody else for that matter.
That shit is on you.
A former driver. What you need to do is stop playing victim and blaming others for the mess that you created. I just do commentary videos. That's it. That's all. I didn't wreck your car. I didn't stop your benefits.
Shut up. That ain't got nothing to do with it. What my wife got to do with it? No.
I didn't stop your earnings. I didn't even get you evicted.
I'm down here in the court 36th district, taking all day. My property manager is down here. I've spoken to the attorney. I don't know what kind of resolution we have, but me leaving the property because I don't have the rent. I don't have any money to pay the rent, and if they come to some sort of payment plan, I don't have the money.
I don't have any money. I tried to get the money. That didn't work. It's been 2 months, and I still don't even have the $2,000 from last month. So the only other option is to vacate the property.
Hell, I don't even know where you live at. The harsh truth is this isn't a conspiracy. It's personal responsibility. And that's something that you need to take accountability on. See, here's where it gets real serious, drivers. Mental health, right? If you're connecting random people and companies into one giant plot against you, that's not jealousy. That's just a mental health issue. And to be honest with you, I truly believe that you need help for that. And that's not just saying. Everybody needs help when it comes to mental stability. I deal with depression. I'm sure a lot of people deal with depression. I'm sure you probably might be dealing with depression right now. And that's why you're going on this bipolar rant about everybody is against you. Everybody is coming after you. But these people in YouTube world, especially myself, we don't know you in real life. So we have nothing to gain to see you at a down point right now. You're at rock bottom. You lost your place of employment. You lost the place where you was comfortable at working at. But let me tell you this, if you keep complaining about the place that you're working at, eventually that place where you was working at is gonna get rid of you. Drivers, let me tell you, mental health is real. And in trucking, where stress, isolation, and pressure can stack it all up, it can break people down if you don't get no help or support. The support that you really need to help you fight this mental illness. See, if you're out here finger pointing instead of getting help, you're only digging yourself deeper and deeper and deeper in the hole. So again, with my final thought is get help. Honestly, truly, get help. I got a therapist. And you want to know the best place for those that can't get help if they can't afford a therapist, like myself? BetterHelp. Look it up on the internet. BetterHelp is a website where people with depression, mental stabilities, mental issues, can go and talk to one of those doctors in confidentiality, of course, and they can help you along the way with getting yourself back together. I really and truly hope that you do get yourself back together, because the dirty trucking that we know now, well, I'm not sure if anybody knows you as much, because every time you mention my name, your numbers seems to go up on that. So that's a good thing. But get help. Get help. Get the help you need. Stop coming on YouTube trying to shame and blame and play victim. Honestly, I miss the old dirty trucking of old. I'm not capping. There's a video on here of you just out there enjoying yourself, listening to some jazz, looking all good, looking all pretty. The face is all thinned out. Where is that dirty trucking? Where is that one? Because this dirty trucking right here, well, I don't know you, and I don't know you in real life. From when I saw you on YouTube in the beginning, that was the dirty trucking that I was interested in. This dirty trucking right here, I don't know. I don't know. You need to get the help. Seek the help, okay? There's nothing weak about therapy. There isn't. Medication, or even reaching out to the professionals who knows how to deal with this type of situation, how to deal with trauma, how to deal with bipolar disorder, how to deal with paranoia, how you pronounce it? Paranoia and schizophrenia, okay? And quite possibly insanity. It could just save your life.
But there is one more thing
that you're gonna need to stop doing. You're gonna need to stop sharing too much information on YouTube. That's just a thought. But drivers, listen, if you're dealing with any type of mental issues or anything like that, my email is always open. I'm always down to listen. If I'm not the person that you want to share it with, definitely reach out to organizations like BetterHelp, because they are there. They can help you. If you in a strenuous situation like thoughts of suicide and stuff like that, because that's big in trucking too, there's a suicide hotline number that's available. I will link that in the description as well. Again, like I said, this video isn't just a response to what's going on with that young lady, but in reality, it is something mentally wrong with that lady. It's either that, or she's just doing all of this for clout. Honestly, I don't know. I'm trying to hope that it is the latter, but if it is that she needs help mentally, I pray to God that she finds it. Definitely hit me up in the email. That's lockoutmenpodcastguest@gmail.com. And for the phone numbers to BetterHelp and the suicide hotline will be linked in the description below. Drivers, you take care of yourself, and I'll come at you in the next one.
What do you think? Should people stop blaming others and take accountability? Or do you think sometimes outside forces really do play a part? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you found this interesting, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and share it. And if you've got a story of your own, good or bad, send it over to lockoutmenpodcastguest@gmail.com. This is the underrated and overworked podcast.